Today, I'm going to fact check myself. Hello everybody, I'm Roadblock and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. I am back in my office. I've got my proper lighting. Everything feels back to normal for me. It has been a very challenging couple of months, I'd say. Trying to find content in Raid has been difficult, and it's been exacerbated by the family that I've had in town, with my son visiting me for the summer and trying to be active and do things. So a lot of my videos have been put together last minute, like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go talk about this, and I just kind of ramble on and vamp a little bit, and it's very easy for me to make a mistake. It can be really hard when you're talking in the moment to remember all the little intricate details about Raid Shadow Legends. And I saw a comment today that was very obvious, one that I absolutely just completely whiffed on, and decided, you know what, maybe I should make a video fact-checking a lot of my little mistakes throughout the last couple of weeks. So we're going to pull up their comments. I'm going to read their comments for you guys, and we will go through. Listen up. I just got a new promo link that you can use to follow along with me on my latest free-to-play adventure and get a free Elenaril, as well as 3 more powerful epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium and Play and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get Elenaril right after signing up, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. We are going to start today with the first comment. This was the comment that kind of got things started for me, where I realized, like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I screwed up. And I recognized it from this comment. There's another comment after that, and then we're going to keep going through some of the comments. We'll see how many of this I can get in a video, but if your comment wasn't featured, please understand it's not anything about you guys or anything like that. I'm literally going from the top of my comments feed down to the bottom, looking for ones where it's like, okay, yeah, I messed that up. So it's going to be more recent videos than older ones, but you know, like, it's, man, I challenge you guys to to sit in front of a screen and just talk away, because sometimes you will say things and you won't even realize what you said. And I don't usually watch a lot of my videos back. I send them off to my editor and I kind of move on to the next video, especially lately because I haven't had time to watch them back. So I may not know exactly what I said in the moment, but I will correct. I'm going to assume the comment leaver is correct and go off of what they said. So the first one is from J Garrison 1309. Just a note, at 1325, defense percentage will not appear as a substat on a weapon. A similar rule applies to shields, where we won't see attack percentage as a substat. I'm already fully well aware of that. I'm just an idiot when I mentioned it. That is a very important note when it comes to gearing, right? So with weapons, defense percent substats, just to clarify what they were saying, cannot appear down in the substats, right? And then likewise over on the shield, you can't get an attack percent, and that's completely accurate. If I said otherwise, it was just a slip of the mind. Now for helmets, you can get everything in the subsets. You can get attack percent, as you can see here, and I'm sure I can find probably a helmet somewhere with that's flat defense, HP percent, obviously, and there's defense percent. So yeah, that is what you're going to be looking for. I assume you also can't find flat defense and flat attack respectively. That's an assumption. I will be completely honest that I don't know, but I feel pretty confident in that statement there. So that's important to understand when you're gearing up your champions. So little correction there in case I said otherwise. It's entirely possible that I did, but thank you, Jay Garrison, for that comment. The next comment is going to be from somebody that leaves a comment often. It also keeps me accurate as much as they can. This is from Matt RSL. They say, just an FYI, your legendary faction guardians are not going to help the speed of your mythical champions. Thank you so much. So I know I said it. I know exactly what they're talking about. In a recent video with Demon Spawn, I said, oh, I get that 10 speed. That's going to help me with my Commodus. Nope. No, yeah, this only applies to legendaries. Something that in the moment is very easy to forget about, but also is very, very obvious. However, for the sake of correcting myself, if we do take a look at my demon spawn faction, we can see a lot of champions who are going to benefit from that speed. We've got Duchess, we've got Lamasu, Kaimar even. So it is still very beneficial for me, but yes, it will not help my Commodus at all. And thank you, Matt, for reminding me of that. And this next one is going to go to one of our frequent commenters, a member of my clan, and someone that I consider to be a friend. He is always doing his best to keep me honest. He's also giving me a lot of ideas for videos, and I've been putting them off as I have been very busy and distracted by other life things. But hopefully we can get to some of those videos soon where we take a look at his pretty massively stacked accounts. But his comment is, oh, by the way, this is Cheap Vodka that we're talking about, and his comment is Padric does bring healing. So I'm pretty sure I probably said something along the lines of Padric brings some support but doesn't necessarily bring healing, and he does in fact bring healing. He brings this continuous heal on a 4-turn cooldown. It's a 2-turn continuous heal. Now, I personally have not gained enough healing from Padric's continuous heal. Maybe that's the way I have him built, the type of masteries I've gone with, etc, etc. So it just hasn't been something that I consider when I pick Padric, but he does in fact have that. So if I said he didn't, I was incorrect, right? But I still don't consider him to be my main source of healing. I'm going to look for other avenues that bring stronger levels of heals potentially. Love Padric, no disrespect to him, just not what I think of when I use him. This next one is not so much a fact check, but kind of made me laugh. So I recently did a recording out in my living room out here, and I was whispering because the room I'm in right now was occupied at the time by my mother-in-law, and so I didn't want to disturb the actually my mother-in-law and sister-in-law. I didn't want to disturb them, so I was whispering because it was late at night. And my ads that are pre-recorded with my link codes, but yeah, the ad is loud because I recorded that in this room and with, in the middle of the day, wasn't worried about waking anybody up or disturbing anybody. So yeah, I do apologize, but they did say it goes from whispering to yelling, hey, listen up. And, that's just the way that it's recorded. So, just a little FYI for you guys, but I thought that one was funny, so I thought I'd bring that one up. This next one also isn't that much of a fact check. This one is more of answering a question, and I wonder, because I haven't gone back and watched the video, but I do wonder if maybe I didn't expressly define this one enough. So Epiphanek, I hope I said that right, said 9 protection or 9-piece feral, referring to my recent video talking about Lydia. In that video, I talked about my build for Lydia and how I like to use Lydia, and I want to specify why my choices are what they are. So for my Lydia, I do run protection, but this is solely because I want to protect her strengthen and increase speed buff. That being said, if you want more damage, I think Feral will give you more damage because she places decreased defense, weaken. You can usually get the poison sensitivity and you will also get poison sensitivity and block buffs, and usually get the block active skills. So she places more debuffs than she does buffs. Why does this matter? So for protection 9-piece, 75% chance to place protected buffs. Allies deal 5% more damage per each buff placed by wearer. So she would increase our damage by 10% because she places 2 buffs, but she places up to 6 technically debuffs. And if we look at the feral set, we can see that the 9-piece in the feral set, allies deal 5% more damage per each debuff placed by the wearer. So if you are able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even the fear, which would be 6, you're never going to get all 6. Actually, you can't get all 6 on Chimera, which is what the video was talking about. Regardless, you guys are going to fact check me in my fact check video. I know it right now. So ignore the number of buffs. My point is, that she gives more buffs than she gives more debuffs than she does buffs, and therefore will generate more damage overall to your team. The reason I run protection is to protect those buffs, and just she stays alive a little bit easier. It just feels a little bit safer, and I haven't quite been able to get that 9-piece feral build on her anyways. I've had to make a few sacrifices in my builds as well. I would love to have War Master on her, but instead I need the accuracy because there's no accuracy on this set, so she's barely at 472, even with accuracy everywhere I can possibly try and improve it at. So it's a personal choice, probably one that I don't really need to follow through with anymore, but for the time being, it is what I'm using. So I wanted to clarify that a little bit. I think Feral is the better option, but I do also want to protect those buffs when I can. So I had a lot of comments on my video talking about clan boss drop rates. I wanted to clarify my comments just a little bit there. I've got about 10 sacred shards from Ultra Nightmare 2 times and Nightmare 2 times the past 2 weeks. I haven't failed yet to get a minimum of 6 sacred shards a month. You can basically do all the fusion with somewhat ease. So just to be perfectly clear, there is 0 evidence that I have found, specifically like factual evidence, that the drop rates have been nerfed. It feels like a lot of people in the comments said, I think they're nerfed, I think they're nerfed. It can feel that way. That's unfortunately the way RNG goes. You could have really bad luck over a period of time, and that sucks, right? I don't like it when it happens to me either. But overall, you should see that even out over a long period of time. But you could have a month where you don't get as many as you did the month before, and those times just really, really suck. But as far as I can tell, there is no factual evidence. Doesn't mean I'm not going to completely disprove your conspiracy theories. We don't know for sure, and we probably never will know. Plarium can kind of do what they want. But yeah, I wanted to touch on that one a little bit. All right, I think this last comment will be the last comment because I feel like I'm going to have a longer-winded answer to this question, so it'll probably take up the remainder of our time. But this comes from my video where we were recruiting for my clan. I was very excited to do the recruitment for this, and it panned out incredibly well. We crushed our recent personal rewards clan v clan. We recently won our last siege as well. The recruitment that came from that video was massive, and I do want to make one major shout out. We do have a second clan started. So again, if you head into my Discord, you can reach out. My recruiter's name is Jane in the Discord, and they will contact you if you're interested in joining that second clan. We've got it up and running. I have very little to do with that, but you will get access to the clan Discord where you can ask questions and perhaps gain improvements to your account. And hopefully, when we have a spot open up in the main clan, we're going to look hopefully to that backup clan first and see if there's any promising players down there that might be able to fill that role. But this was the question from Andrew Arnold 9820. Most clans are recruiting, and from what I have seen, most players do not want requirement. Raids stopped being fun when they added Clash, and suddenly everyone was demanding that you help them win. I am in a former top clan, and they learned not to have hard requirements, so I'm curious as to how you all work around that. We do have some requirements. My requirements are very basic. I require that you are in Discord. That is a mandatory requirement, and I require specific scores for clan versus clan, and that's it. The reality is, I know for a period of time, a lot of clans, when it came to Clash, I don't know if this is still the meta, but when it came to like Hydra Clash, I know a lot of clans were losing one week and winning another week, and losing one week and winning another week. We don't really do that. What I have found is that we'll probably win one, and then we get third place, and then we lose one, and then we come back and we either, and we get like top 2. Like it kind of balances itself out, right? And so I'm okay with that. So I don't care too much. The only thing that bothers me about Hydra and Chimera is when people forget to use their keys. But hey, I've done that. I've done that recently. Just maybe 2 weeks ago, I completely forgot to do Chimera, and I got called out by one of the members of my clan. Well, they called out everybody that forgot to use their keys, but I was like, oh my God, I went to bed and I completely forgot to use my keys. I'm an idiot, right? And it happens. So to answer your question a little bit further, how do we get around requirements? Why don't I have requirements requirements for Clash and for Chimera Clash and all that. The reality is because we are not a high-end clan. Right? Like, I want to be perfectly clear. We're not top 1,000. We are less than 1,000 in rank. Primarily, no disrespect to anybody in my clan. We are all working very, very hard, and I'm proud of everybody in my clan. But the fact of the matter is that my player power, and you would expect your clan leader to be one of the higher players, right, is 12.75. Now, I do have some players with 1,400, and obviously you can see I'm scrolling past vodka. We've got some in the 20 millions, 18 million. Like we have some pretty good scores. But then if you take a look at cheap vodka, 34.51 million and then 47.99 million. Vodka, Tayu himself, and was in a very, very good high level clan, and those requirements probably pissed him off to a certain point. And as I recall, we had this conversation many, many months ago, but as I recall, he was like, hey, you know what? Can I join your... Actually, I think I begged him, to be clear, to join the clan. Feel free to look at the comments because I'm sure he's correcting me right now, guys. But the consensus was, I'm tired of pushing and busting my ass. Can I just come hang out and relax and enjoy the game? And that was kind of the idea. And that's how we got Vodka to come down and hang out with us. And I'm super happy about that. Everyone in the clan works very, very hard. And like I said, I'm so proud of everybody. But we do use Vodka a lot to our advantage in order to find success in different clan areas. For example, Clan Siege. If we take a look here, gonna be giving away trade secrets here, but you'll probably see Vodka in a lot of these rooms here where he has much stronger teams. I know I'm blocking some of them, which is good. Hey, I'm blocking the team, so I'm not giving away too many secrets. You can just see that some of these rooms have this. So you can see the CHE, that's Vodka, right? And so Vodka does get put in a lot of our rooms, and we try to manipulate our reserves as well. I do not want to run a reserve team, right? I'm one of the stronger PvP players, just to be clear, I'm not but we have a lot of strong players in PvP. They know who they are in my clan, and we still say, hey, don't run reserve teams unless we need to. So like, for example, right now I'm 72 out of 80. So I would say, okay, Vodka 1 and Vodka 2, that's 2 reserve teams, so then we're going to need an additional 6 unless more people place their teams. And so for the next couple of days, because Siege is in a couple of days, I'm going to be telling my clan, hey, place your teams, so we know how many reserve teams that we're going to use. But we tell people in the clan, don't use your reserve teams unless your name is Vodka or I tell you to use them. And that's basically how that works. So to answer your question, how do we get away with these requirements? How do we maybe carry players that are at a lower level and can't maybe hit these high... Like, I still have people in my clan that are doing brutal Hydra. Nothing wrong with that. Very respectable. But you're not going to see that in really high-level clans that are competing for Clash every week. How do we get by with that? Well, we have really good players that are very happy to help the team. They're very happy to help the clan and say, hey, I'm going to help get you to this level. And so my Discord, the clan Discord, is extremely active to the point where I can't even keep up with it because people are having so many different conversations that I'm often just like, I see my phone, I have 6 notifications, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put that down and focus on the time I'm having with my family, right? And so when I started the clan that I have now, I never in a million years thought that it would turn into what it has become, right? I started it just because I was sponsored to play this game, and I cannot be more proud of the clan. The fact that we are trying to start up our second clan again, and I'm basically giving Jane the reins on that, is really cool. So again, reach out, let Jane know if you're interested, because we would love to have you. It's all about the community. It's all about trying to help build people up. And we've gone through many different iterations. Like, we had Bronze free-to-play account for a period of time in the clan. One of the clan members is a friend of Bronze too, right? So yeah, I'm just so proud of it. I couldn't speak highly enough about every single member. Even members that have left and come back have been super impressive. They come back and they're better than ever, and they're more active and they're excited about the game too. So yeah, really the only requirements are point requirements per clan versus clan, but it's pretty manageable point requirements, and that's only for personal rewards clan v clans as well, so you can kind of save between those. And the main reason we do that is because we technically try to lose the non-personal rewards clan v clans. Not try to lose, but we don't put up crazy points, and we save all of our resources on those non-personal rewards clan v clans. So it's beneficial to my clan members to actually get a higher score on pure personal rewards, because they're not getting as many rewards in the non-personal rewards. So you know, if that makes sense. But we're gonna go ahead and end on that comment. I thought it was an interesting comment. That's not a fact check, of course, but I did want to elaborate and maybe be more clear about what some of my things were. I would love to do this more often as well. So guys, do me a favor. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if I got something wrong. Maybe I'll do this as a weekly series, maybe a Sunday series. Who knows? Because that's the day I'm recording this. So, but yeah, I think that this could be pretty cool moving forward as an opportunity. I used to have a series called Question Block. I always wanted to bring that back, but I never got enough questions for it, so I felt a little out of place, and that used to run a lot longer than what my videos are meant to run now. But let me know in the comments if you want to bring back Question Block, because I always thought that was a cool name and play on words, right? I'm so clever. Haha! Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It is the best way to support my channel, and I look forward to seeing all of you, I hope, in the next video. Take care.